its toll, right? A lot of you feeling that right now. Well, motivational speaker and talk show host Mel Robbins is joining me now to talk about how to manage household stress and anxiety. Mel, it's been so long since I've seen you. It's so nice to see your face. Good morning.
Oh, it's fantastic to see your face too, and I'm so happy that you are healthy. Thank you for having me here.
Sure. So how are things in your household? I mean, we've been holed up for weeks.
Yeah, I've been quarantined since, let's see, March 11th. And we are quarantined with a 20-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 15-year-old, and of course, a dog, a cat, and my husband. And how is it going? It depends on the hour. And it depends on which family member we're asking, quite honestly.
Yeah, you know, families are getting a lot more togetherness time, and that can sound really great in theory, but there's a lot of frustration, anxiety, a lot of things going on in the midst of it. So what do we need to keep in mind?
So, Betty, I think the thing to keep in mind is that I'm sure you've heard this from other experts, but the bottom line is people are going through a massive collective moment of grief and anxiety. And it's incredibly important if you're quarantined at home with your kids to not underestimate the profound nature of the grief that they're feeling, particularly for middle school, high school, and college age students. This is a moment in their lifetime where they are independent, where they're growing as a person away from you. And to have their independence and their friends ripped away from them at the exact moment in time when their expectation was this was what their life was going to be about, it is an enormous loss for these kids. And guess who they're going to take it out on? They're going to take it out on you. And so having an
Yeah.
understanding that you're going through grief, which is very complicated, it's full of anger, it's full of loss, there is a little bit of love in there, there's sadness, there's frustration, all of it's going to come out on you. And so one of the things that has worked really well for us is everybody in the family needs a routine. Look, we're going into week 7 of quarantine for our household. And one of the things that's made a big difference is not only does everybody need a routine, Betty, but if your kids are middle school aged and up, have them create their own routine. Because if you're the one
Okay.
that's micromanaging them, it's going to create tremendous amounts of conflict.
Yeah, give them some power. So you have some steps, and I think we have a full screen to help people see them. One is validate their feelings. The other is have patience, give them some independence, and ask your kids what they need, as well as being flexible. All of that is on the screen. I love the one that says ask your kids what they need, because a lot of times, you know, especially when you're trying to work from home and help them do their schooling at a distance, it's all about tell, when they just need to be heard as well.
Yeah, I think the mistake that we make is we want to fix it. And so I think it's super important that you help your kids build emotional resilience in this moment, which means being the kind of person that can face uncertainty and feel what you're feeling, move through those feelings, and then start to look for an answer. And when you're micromanaging your kids and when you're trying to be the perfect parent, which let's face it, it's impossible. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. We're doing the best we can. If your kids' homeschooling looks like 24 hours of Fortnite, don't worry about it. This is not a moment in time where you're working from home. You're in a global pandemic trying to work and trying to not scream at the people that you love. And so take the guilt down, take the expectations down, and most importantly, your kids have a better idea of what they need. Your kids will tell you
Right.
if you ask them. So let them create their own routine, Betty. And then here's what you do. The only thing that's required in our household right now is family dinner. And at family dinner, what you do is you go around the table, you check in with everybody, and then you say, hey, what's coming up tomorrow and what do you need from me? And then just listen. That's it. Don't try to fix it. If they
Yeah.
want your help, they will let you know. Otherwise, they probably, as you said, just want to be heard.
Absolutely, Mel. It's so great to see you. Always good advice. Thanks for catching up with us. We appreciate it.